after.
Welcome back, creatures of the night, to the next installment of the Undertaker and Kane's rivalry, the feud, and eventually when they tag team together. But until we get to the tag team part of Undertaker and Kane's story, we are still in 1998. We are here at Judgment Day as the Brothers of Destruction look to settle the score for the vacated WWF Championship with Stone Cold Steve Austin in the middle again, but this time with his career on the line if he does not call it down the middle, as per Vince McMahon. And joining me here, as always, to look back at this story between Undertaker and Kane is my very good friend, my brother of destruction from Canada, Kanenite10 on Instagram. Thank you again for joining me here for this look back. How are you doing today?
I'm well, man. It's Christmas Eve. What better way to celebrate it than watch a Kane and Undertaker match, right?
Right? You came to me today on Christmas Eve saying you ready for the next part of our watch along, and I said hell yeah, because no matter the day, I am always up for talking Taker and watching a classic Undertaker match, especially when it comes to Undertaker and Kane. And I know you feel the same way out there.
I don't know if I've ever seen this one either.
Really? It's your first time?
It might be.
Wow. Nice.
I know the finish. I know how it ends, but I don't know if I have, I certainly haven't seen it for probably 10 or 15 years for sure.
Okay, so we'll consider it a first time viewing. If it's that far away, it's a first time viewing.
Pretty much. Yeah, I don't remember seeing this one. I guess we'll see.
Yeah. Well, it's Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve to you. Merry Christmas Eve to everybody watching, although this won't drop on Christmas Eve. But there's nothing better than unwrapping a Undertaker match. Even if it's 20-something years old, there's nothing better than sitting down and watching it, especially with a good friend. And I definitely have that here today. And are you ready to get started?
Let's go. I actually found mine on YouTube for anybody wondering, and it starts right with Kane's entrance.
Yes. Kanenite10 is watching it on YouTube. It starts right with Kane's Pyro. I have it on the Peacock Network, where I have it queued up at 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 25 seconds, which starts, it's a white screen, so you're going to have Kane's Pyro going right off. So count to 3, and then we will get started. So 3, 2, 1. Play.
This is a great entrance.
Yeah, he has set the steel on fire.
Yeah, I think they had just some whatever like stuff on there, but super cool.
It is really cool. Kane minus Paul Bearer here. And this is, of course, happening in my hometown of Chicago, Illinois. So that's fun.
The bigger, stronger brother of the Undertaker. So I have to point that out.
Yes, yes, I think you have pointed that out on every watch along we have done so far.
Well, JR just said it.
You are consistent here. You are consistent in saying he is the bigger, stronger brother. So I applaud you for that.
He is a little taller, and I will say he is stronger than the Undertaker. He has to, like, in real lifting wise, he has to be stronger than the Undertaker. Has the Undertaker ever slammed the Big Show? Not trying to like throw shade or anything, but just actually curious. I don't think he has he?
I don't know if he slammed the Big Show, but I know he slammed Mark Henry.
He tombstoned Mark Henry. That was impressive.
Yes, he is last.
Especially he did that as a pretty old man at WrestleMania 22 there.
Mm-hmm. He has tombstoned and last ride Mark Henry. I don't know about Big Show.
That last ride was suspect, but I'll give it to you.
I know he has slammed Great Khali.
I mean, so is Kane, so.
Oh, but another one of my favorite Undertaker's songs here with the guitar riff.
Yeah, the classic riff ministry. Kind of looks cool with the fire still, everything's still on fire.
Yeah, I'm glad they kept it.
They didn't just put it out.
And no entrance attire for the Undertaker.
I was gonna say
Ready
no
for
cloak
battle.
today.
Ready for battle. Is this the one with the pyros going off in the back? I'm trying to remember.
Doesn't look like it.
Yes.
That was the hell in it. Oh, it does?
Yeah.
I'm not there yet.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
there it is.
There it is.
I feel like these shots this was used in something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's such a good visual. I think it was in the Phenom VHS tape.
I just mean like I recognize it from like, highlights or something. Like
Oh, definitely. I'm pretty sure it's definitely in something.
kind of like the iconic shot with like the Undertaker walking under the druids and all that kind of stuff too.
Yeah. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's in some kind of highlight reel. With the chant from the choir. Oh, I love this. I love this era.
I wish that ministry. Oh, I got an ad coming up. I got an ad. I wish the ministry theme that he did at WrestleMania 15 with Bossman, where he did the intro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're back. I wish that had the chanting, because that version of the song does not have the chanting, but they have the cool intro.
Yeah, I really wish that when he went to the ministry, they would have kept the chanting in there, because I love the chanting. It adds so much to it.
I got to say, the eyebrow ring, that's a pretty interesting choice there, Mr. Undertaker.
Yes, that was a choice.
It's a choice that he made.
Yes, it is.
On Kane History and More's Instagram, it's been revealed Kane had a pierced ear, actually, funny enough.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Undertaker shaking Kane's hand. Little sign of brotherly respect.
And what everybody's here to see.
The special guest referee. And like I said in the top of the episode, if he does not call it down the middle, he is fired.
The classic blood from a stone. I had a fever dream, apparently that wasn't real, that Becky Lynch made a shirt knockoff of this that said Becky 316 in the same font on the front, and on the back was her bleeding when she got punched by Nia Jax. And it had blood from I forget, whatever it was, blood from a stone as well or something. And I said she should have put blood from a man on the back.
Interesting. I wonder if that's real.
But this shirt's not real. So I guess I just made it up in my head one night or something. I don't know.
You go into the gym too much.
Apparently.
Yeah.
This was around the time when that happened and she really blew up. I thought I saw this shirt somewhere.
Oh, maybe it was a custom shirt.
I think it might have been, but I still think that on the back it would have been clever to put blood from a man.
Yeah.
No?
That would have. Yeah, Undertaker striking Kane first.
We're not there yet. There it is. From behind. What a coward.
Oh. Well, Kane may be the bigger, stronger brother, but he is definitely not the smarter brother.
No, probably not. This is the big, well, I guess he did in the 2000s, but Undertaker loves headbutting. Boy.
Kane looks really slim here. He looks much slimmer than we saw him last time.
He's my quality's quite bad, but this is probably around the time where he's starting to lose some weight, I assume. This is what, late 98?
Yes, this is October, late October.
He's still pretty big, but wait till we get to SummerSlam 99. You'll see.
Oh, yeah. I know that definitely different there.
I don't want to say he's skinny because he's still a big guy, but he's considerably smaller than he was, especially earlier in '98 here when he was almost pudgy.
Yeah, I definitely remember some. I remember SummerSlam '99 when I was doing that with Randy. I said, "Wow, Kane is like his waist is considerably small."
Yeah, he was very tapered and like I think I've sent you the post. There's some posts that some people have made, but it's Kane wearing the inverted attire or maybe his pre-inverted attire with the cutout black spikes.
Mhm.
And it's like one of them, they're like a I don't know, a year apart, just before SummerSlam 2000 and around SummerSlam 99. And it's like considerably different how it sits on him.
Oh yeah, I bet.
He like in the 99 version, the left part where his exposed arm is, oh, you could tell Undertaker wanted to jump there, but Kane wasn't quite in position and he couldn't.
Yeah. And
And anyways, that part on his left, it comes to about his shoulder. And then around the SummerSlam 2000 build, his half of his pec is hanging out. He's gotten so much bigger.
yeah, he gets considerably bigger around SummerSlam 2000. I remember that. I remember he's like real like slim and trim and like 99,
Well,
late 99.
I don't know if he got hurt or what it was, but it was right around that time he returned and he chokeslammed Triple H and he
With Paul
kidnapped
Bearer.
the WWF title and then he turned on Undertaker there.
Mm-hmm.
That was around that time off he really started getting bigger.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he was just gassing up or what he was up to, but yeah, he got considerably huge. Still big here. Definitely not as pudgy, I agree.
And we see Austin earlier, slow count, didn't even make a 1 for Undertaker, but did a fast count when Kane was trying to put Undertaker.
I mean, he's actually a fan of, he has respect for a man who beat him for the WWF title.
Yes,
Undertaker's not beat Austin for the WWF title at this point.
that's right. He has not beaten him yet.
Oh, quick ad.
Austin, you have an ad?
We're back.
Okay. Austin offering the cables to the Undertaker as a weapon. It's like,
It's kinda funny.
yeah, a referee that's looking the other way when it comes to the use of weapons. Austin is always a fun referee. Never adhering to strict referee rules.
I like that shirt.
Oh, I saw a kid in the audience with a Kane mask. Maybe I don't know. Was it you here?
Down in Chicago, I'm not too sure. How old was this kid? I would have been pretty young at this time.
Oh, I would say he's at least 4 or 5.
Oh, okay, that's about right.
Yeah, could have been you.
It's funny when you look at how much wrestling changed from, like, let's say from 1990 to the year 2000.
Oh
It
yeah.
changed so much and so many different top guys. And then you go from 2010 to 2020 and it's pretty much the same in ways.
Yeah, I would say.
It's just wild that it hasn't changed like it did. And Kane's up before The Undertaker.
This is really good back and forth action. Nobody really getting a edge on the other so far. It's a slugfest, just like as Jerry Lawler said. It's a slugfest.
Oh, what happened there? Didn't quite pick The Undertaker up there. I don't know what happened there.
I couldn't get a good grip.
Oh, they're going to do it again. Oh, there. Now they're doing it what they wanted to do originally.
There it is. Yes.
Undertaker just scooted Kane and now he's kicking his knee.
Yeah, Undertaker attacking the legs. You can start to see the transformation of the Undertaker here. Very dark hair, dark goatee. You can see the transformation that's going to be happening on the next night on Raw as we get a new version of the Undertaker.
It's tomorrow. Is that when he starts the ministry stuff?
Yes, it's tomorrow.
Does he shave his beard?
No. He just becomes he starts the recruitment process for his ministry, and he starts talking about like what they're going to be doing for the World Wrestling Federation.
When does he actually shave his beard?
January, when he returns from the Buried Alive.
Oh, how does he return from that?
They set up a giant Undertaker chair, like that giant chair he sits in, and he just
Who
walks
is
out.
his ministry people do?
Yeah, it's just there on top of the ramp. I think it's in the beginning of Raw.
And that's it? He just walks out and sits in it, and then
He walks out,
he's
sits in it, and he talks about his new ministry of darkness, that he's found his members, and that there's going to be a sacrifice, and he sacrifices Midian.
and he doesn't care that Austin buried him alive or his brother Kane cost him the match or anything.
No. But he's out to get control of the World Wrestling Federation.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and we'll watch that Buried Alive match.
Yeah, Kane's involved, so I know I've seen that match. I enjoy that match. That's at Rock Bottom, right?
Yeah, we'll watch that one, and we can talk all about what the Ministry of Darkness takes effect and all the future plans, because the next match after that would be the Inferno match, the teddy bear.
On Raw, yeah.
Can't wait for that one, actually.
Is there any of these matches you haven't seen?
Probably when we get to later on. I like when we get to some Raws and SmackDowns. I think there's some of them I haven't seen all that time. Like I may have just seen it when it happened.
Yeah.
Like I know I have not seen that casket match in a long time. And I know I haven't seen the Inferno match in a long time.
That's funny. I think I've seen those within the last few years for sure.
Oh, nice. So we're gonna be flip-flopping roles when it comes to
Yeah,
that.
the other way around.
Yeah.
I don't think you're missing too much with that Inferno match, but
Or the casket match, probably.
I remember like enjoying it fair enough. Like,
That's why I like doing the Raw episodes and the SmackDown episodes, because it's like, ooh, I didn't expect to enjoy it that much.
yeah.
But we get Undertaker still working on Kane's leg here. A very different Undertaker. Austin not caring that much, just letting him fight. And as
Yeah, don't see this.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I was just gonna say, don't see this from the Undertaker very much.
Yeah. Ground wrestling, ground grappling, very much different. Very different moveset. But as we have pointed out in almost all our watch-alongs here, the crowd, you can see, is heavily Stone Cold Steve Austin merchandised out.
Oh yeah, especially this is prime Austin era.
Yeah, if it's not a Raise Hell shirt, it's a 316, or the Blood from the Stone shirt, a Stone Cold foam finger, Stone Cold skull masks. It is everything.
There's masks?
Yeah, a couple kids in the front row there wearing Stone Cold skull masks.
I was unaware that those even existed. The quality
was
on this
I.
video is too bad that I can't see the crowd, to be honest, but that's interesting.
As was I had no idea they made things like this.
Are you sure they're official Stone Cold, or are they just kids who brought masks?
I don't know. It looks like it should be official Stone Cold. It looks like
I'll
something
look
I
this
have to
up.
search after this. I have to search Stone Cold Steve Austin skull masks. See, the people are learning something new every time they listen to this podcast. You know, if you're a Stone Cold Steve Austin collector out there and you did not know that they sold these skull masks back in 1998, now you do.
Well, that's not official yet.
I
It's not
think
jump. Oh yeah,
it looks official.
there. It's. I just Googled it. Yeah,
See.
it's like it got Stone Cold on the forehead.
Yeah, it has a writing on the forehead.
Yeah. Oh, that's yeah. I've never seen that.
See, look at that.
Interesting.
Look what this podcast brings you. It brings you so much wealth of information.
That must have been a really short print.
Yeah. I can't see it being too popular.
There's one on eBay for $100.
Wow, that's like $80 too much.
They're actually kind of like if I was a Stone Cold collector, I would definitely grab one of those. I kind of like them.
Oh yeah, if they made stuff like this for Undertaker, like masks, like that stuff, you know I'm jumping all on it.
Well, obviously, I knew that they had masks. I had no idea that there was a skull mask like that.
Yeah, me either. Looks like somebody has a custom Mr. Sacco in the crowd.
They must have sold those, eh?
Yeah, I'm guessing at least. Maybe not at this time, but I'm guessing within the next year or so they must have.
Well, it wasn't out yet, was it?
Yeah, he had Mr. Sacco because McMahon's already been injured.
Oh, okay. That was when he was in the hospital.
Yeah. The Chicago crowd, not a fan of this match, chanting boring. Not something you usually hear at Undertaker matches, but they are really not a fan of this one.
There was a WWF licensed Mr. Sacco from 1999. And it came in plastic as well.
Oh,
A spine buster from Kane. I have never seen Kane do a spine buster.
me either.
That was a pretty nice spine buster too. Everything was nice and flat. That was a good spine buster.
Yeah, both of these guys are bringing out an arsenal that not typical for the moveset. And the Chicago crowd doesn't seem to be into it. They like what they want to like, and this is not it.
Well, I bet you they'll be there at the end. To be fair, this is more story matches than super exciting matches.
Yeah, it's all about the story.
I'm also a little disappointed. Austin's literally done like nothing other than the things at the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh,
But now here we go. Now we're getting the brothers attacking Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is what people came to see.
yeah, crowd's off their hands now.
Yeah, they're liking this. Oh, Undertaker seized the moment here, as JR said, taking advantage of Kane. The guy in the front row is really a Kane fan.
Yeah, I saw that big red machine sign too.
Every time Kane gets a chokeslam on somebody, that guy jumps up from his chair. And the guy behind him is wearing a classic Undertaker t-shirt.
Oh, I just got the choke slam. There it is. Boom.
Oh, but here's Paul. Are you at Paul Bearer yet?
Nope.
Oh,
He just choke slammed him. And there's Paul.
Ah, Paul Bearer. I have Paul Bearer just getting into the ring. I'm pausing it right now, waiting for you to catch up here.
People throwing trash at him.
Classic. It's classic to throw trash at Paul Bearer. It's like throwing
All
trash.
right, he's getting in the ring.
He's in the ring?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He is
He's talking
pointing.
to Kane.
Yes.
He turns on Kane here, does he not?
Well, don't give away the spoiler right now.
Oh, why can't I'm trying to remember. This is where, yeah, he smacks.
Right there. He has turned on Kane. Oh, but it didn't work. Didn't work the way Paul Bearer wanted it to.
And then Undertaker hits him kind of from the side, I remember. And it's a weird kind of chair shot, but. Oh, no, not this one.
No, not this one.
There was another one that Kane was like sideways to the Undertaker when he hit him.
But Undertaker and Paul Bearer once again won with each other.
Yeah, Austin, do you think you're going to make that pin after you attack me?
Oh, Undertaker,
everybody-
he has been stunned and he has been hit with a chair. And now Austin makes the 3 count.
Oh, double count.
And declaring himself the winner for some reason. Such a smaz finish.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
A smaz finish to a rather, it's a slow moving match, but it's a story match that was needed to, end this. And now we're going to have Stone Cold demanding Vince McMahon to come out to fire him. And it's not finished yet. I mean, Austin's going back to find McMahon, but until we get to the McMahon part of it, finish it off. What did you think of the match? Looking back at it for basically the first time.
I mean, it was pretty slow. Yeah, I don't think I remember it.
Yeah, definitely slow moving. Probably my least favorite of Undertaker and Kane's matches so far.
I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say my least favorite of them so far. But like we said, it's all part of the story. It's all part of moving the storyline forward, trying to get past the championship and move on to now we got the addition of Paul Bearer changing sides.
What do we have? 4 major matches so far, aside from tags.
Yeah, we had WrestleMania, we had Unforgiven.
Breakdown. Well, I guess Breakdown was a 3-way, but still.
It still counts. So I guess 3 major. This is the 4th major match.
I would say this is probably my least favorite, then maybe the tag when they lost.
Okay.
And then Breakdown, and then Unforgiven, and then WrestleMania is my favorite.
That's fair. That's a fair list. But
back out now.
Yep. We're not gonna sign off the pay-per-view until we get that classic line from Vince McMahon.
Kane and here just gone.
Yeah, just gone. They're no longer needed. But oh, you hear him. You hear Vince. Here's Vince in his wheelchair and Big Boss Man.
Oh.
And you know people are going to be throwing trash at Vince. I mean, someone just threw something on him.
Was that revealed to be Boss Man yet, or is it just?
I think so.
What did they throw on him?
I don't know. I think it was a jacket or something.
I think that's like a shirt or something. That's funny. That must have been like over the glass or from the side. I think the crowd kind of laughed at it too, eh?
Yeah.
When do you hear asshole chants anymore? You never hear those.
No, you never hear him. Take a photo with your cameras. That's a dated response now. People throwing cups at him. Screw you. You're fired. And the next night on Raw is an iconic Raw. Not only does The Undertaker and Paul Bearer declare the formation of the Ministry of Darkness, but also that is the Monday Night Raw where Stone Cold Steve Austin points to fake a gun at Vince McMahon to get his job back.
Wow.
So two iconic moments happening on the same night of Raw, the next night.
That's when he gets his job back.
Yeah, that's when he gets his job back. That's when Vince has he pisses down his leg.
Yeah.
And Austin gets the job back, and then they get I think they announced the Survivor Series bracket, I think the next week. And that's where our next watch along is headed. It's headed to Deadly Game Survivor Series 1998, where both The Undertaker and Kane get a bye. So they must face each other again for a shot.
Does Austin do that Survivor Series?
Austin faces Big Boss Man. He faces who else does he face? Mankind.
He loses to Mankind.
He loses to Mankind.
Because of who? There's no way he just loses. Because of Kane?
Shane.
Oh, Shane.
Yeah, that's when Shane comes in and gives Austin the finger and doesn't count. And then Mankind gives him the mandible claw, and then Shane rings the bell right away.
And then The Rock and Mankind in the finals, right?
Yeah.
When does Austin and Vince and Shane have that match for the company?
King of the Ring 99.
Oh, that's considerably later.
Yes, it is. I love that match, actually.
That's the ladder match, right?
The ladder match. Yeah, I love that match.
Why is that?
It's just funny. It's funny with Vince and Shane trying to get ladders, and then Austin throwing all the ladders on top of them at the stage. All the antics and everything between McMahon and Austin, it's just funny. But that's it for Judgment Day 1998. You get Austin, who has been fired, at least for one more day, and the reconciliation of Paul Bearer and The Undertaker, which leads us to the next night on Raw, which we were talking about, where Undertaker famously declares that all those who do not declare will be declared in the Ministry of Darkness. And
interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. And we get Kane again with Undertaker Survivor Series. And can't wait for that.
That's a match I've probably for sure never seen, I would think.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that in a long time either. So definitely good to refresh my memory on that one. Looking forward to it.
That will be fun.
Yeah. So before we sign off, anything new you added to your collection that you want to talk about before we sign off the watch along?
I actually just posted it. I I got the updated Ultimate Kane that with the fresher paint job.
Nice.
They updated the mask paint job, and they also updated his elbow because they just painted his skin colored elbow or covered arm originally, and now they actually use just red plastic, which everybody was sort of like, why didn't you do in the first place?
Exactly. They should have done that in the first place.
But the mask paint job is obviously a lot better. I just don't understand how, I don't know what Mattel's quality is like on some other figures now, but I just find it funny. I remember in 2010, like basics such as Orton's basic, you could read his tattoos, like the tiniest printing, and yet they can't seem to get Kane's mask right.
Yeah, that is so weird to me that just like they can do minor details, but like things that are important, like Kane's mask, they just.
Yeah,
And I know you were talking to me before we started recording that on the Dead Man's Revenge Kane Undertaker figure, that Kane's beard is not even colored in. It's completely red.
it's just the red mold. That's on the Kane head, not the Undertaker head. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. They did it on all his other, like they gave him a beard on all his other ones, but not that one. That was like I was saying. I mean, I can live with his neck being a little bit long. I can live with that. It's
Mhm.
not the end of the world.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather not, but I can live with that. But the I guess I can live with the beard thing too. But it's just such a good figure, and then they just missed that. Like it's such an oversight.
It is. And I know you mentioned that about his neck. Yeah, I remember, I know I've seen the loose pictures of people with it sits like so high above his shoulders. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah, it just really gives him a long neck appearance for sure.
Yeah. Maybe one day they'll get your Kane right. Maybe one day.
Well, they have a lot to release of Kane yet. A lot of attires that they haven't even made. So
Yes. Yes.
that's what I'm more concerned with, to be honest with you.
Oh, I bet. I mean, they still need a good half mask, like '03 attire, I'm sure. Or '02 at least.
Half Mass, they've released so many figures of that. I mean, you had the ringside one and the decade one. I'd say that's probably good. What they really need for a half mask is a molded half mask
That's it. That's what I was going for.
without a removable mask. But what they need is they need his second singlet attire that he wore for over a year that has never even been released as a figure between Mattel or Jax.
Oh,
The attire he wore at WrestleMania 18, the Wrestle Kurt Angle, he wore that attire for well over a year, and they have not released that at all in any capacity ever.
right. They haven't.
They released his inverted figure twice, Jax and Mattel. There are two figures of it. Oh, and I guess the finishing move. So there is a third release, but
Oh yeah.
they never cut out the mesh spikes like he had. They haven't done that on any of the figures, which is something I would like to see.
Yeah.
I would like to see a nice pre-inverted cutout spike attire as well. Jax only ever did two releases of that figure, and they were both in 2-packs, fun enough. There was never a single release.
Hmm.
And Mattel's never released that with the cutout mesh. They've never done that. There's lots of things that they have just skimped on Kane, but yet they release things like that ugly Survivor Series invasion
I was just
attire.
gonna say they released that ugly invasion one.
They've released that 4 times.
My God.
There's been a finishing move version in Final Count. There's been the Elite Survivor Series. There's been the WrestleMania 18 2-pack with Kurt Angle, and there is an R3 Tech figure of that. 4 different releases
My
of
God.
that figure.
You're right.
And it's a one-off attire. And
Yeah.
then the other thing that Mattel loves to release for whatever reason is WrestleMania 2000, when Kane had a broken hand, he wore the inverted attire with his regular black spiked mask. for I don't know why, whether he forgot his mask or what happened, and he had a broken hand. They've released that attire twice as well, the black spike mask with the inverted attire.
Yeah, that's right.
They released it as a 12-inch figure, and they also released it as a basic WrestleMania Heritage figure.
Oh,
And that is also an attire that he only wore once.
and an Elite. He's in the WrestleMania Heritage Elite series.
Yes, that's the inverted that I spoke of, but they actually inverted his mask. They didn't give him the black spike mask.
They inverted his mask too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they don't cut out the spikes. Like they need to cut out the mesh in the spikes for it to be
Oh, yeah, that's right.
very accurate. And like the spikes even on that WrestleMania Heritage Elite they're not the basic, they're really bad. The spikes on his attire. And the WrestleMania Heritage spikes are the same as his debut spiked figure. And the spikes on that inverted attire, they're a lot skinnier and there's more of them than what they put on the figure, which I could live with if they actually cut them out, but they didn't. So
Yeah.
I'm going to complain about it.
You're just as bad as me when it comes to complaining about Undertaker stuff.
Oh man, I'm just so like major details of attires that they're just not getting or not releasing, and they're re-releasing one-off attires. I just can't believe that. That just drives me mad, you know.
I know. It's like that decade of domination Undertaker. They released him with the black gloves, and I'm like, why? Why you giving us this black glove attire when you could have been giving us like the 98 version in an elite form, before the ultimate? Give us the 98 Undertaker, give us 97 Undertaker, give us American Badass Return in 2000 Undertaker. Give us that. I don't need a black gloves Undertaker that he only wore like not even like once or maybe twice. It's like,
what was that SummerSlam Heritage? Like, I know that's incorrect, but that was like a pretty close American Badass Return Undertaker, is it not?
It's close, but for Judgment Day 2000, he would have his trench coat, he would have the shirt untucked. I know it's like a grayish blue. He would have a bandana instead of a cap.
Oh yeah, the cap.
Yeah. So it's like little things. It's like they could have done a better version of that SummerSlam Elite in the Decade of Domination. But they give
I
us
still stand by. I think Kane's getting way more slighted than Undertaker.
Kane's getting way more slighted.
Well, just for the fact that they can't even like release attires that he wore for a considerable period of time.
That's fair.
Like I stand by that WrestleMania 18 attire. Like, how has that not ever been made a figure by Jax or Mattel? I don't understand that.
I didn't even know that was never made as a figure. That's horrible. That's a WrestleMania attire.
Well, it's not even that. He wore it in 2001 sporadically in the summer when they were feuding with DDP and WCW.
Ugh.
And then he wore it for all of 2002 up until he got hurt. He wore it for pretty much a year.
Oh yeah, I know that attire. I love that attire on Kane.
Yeah, I personally prefer his original singlet attire, if I'm being honest, but why is there no figure of that, you know?
Yeah, there should be.
That's what and they've, like I said, 4 separate releases of that ugly Survivor Series attire. And then like the SummerSlam figure, it's cool that they gave a basic body to singlet Kane, but then that mask,
Oh,
that
it's
mask
horrendous. It's
insulting.
horrendous. I'm glad I could find it for you, but I know it's hot garbage.
I appreciate it. I had ordered some, but they all came really beat up. And of course, I'm like you, we have to have mint, right?
Of course.
Which I appreciate you finding for me. But man, like that figure is, you got to admit, that's a terrible figure.
It's terrible. Oh my God, it's so hot garbage. I don't know what they were trying to do with the hair. the hair just looks weird on that mask, and the mask is not even painted right. It's
Oh
like,
no,
it's
yeah.
like the red
It's
flames.
funny
It's not
that
even, it's like it just like drags down. It's like a triangle. It's like this is terrible.
yeah, the hair is just I agree. The hair is like a weird wig. It just
Yeah,
doesn't look right. Like
exactly.
they
That's
should
how I
have
would
given the
describe it. It's
demon
like a wig.
mask. His build a figure funny enough, his build a figure demon mask has a better mask than all his elite releases. Because all the elites just reuse his ringside mold. Like when they have the removable mask,
Yeah, yeah.
like Elite 31, Elite 63, it's all reusing that ringside mold. And then they make a mold for his create a wrestler demon Kane, like that wasn't even an official Kane release. That one or the Rocker one, I can't remember which was not the official Kane release. But and then that mask looks way better for the demon mask because it's properly made after the demon mask, of course, right? I
Yeah.
don't know. Lots to gripe about.
I know Kane is slighted much more than Taker. I agree. As I can attest that many of Undertaker's elites, they have been very minute details that are wrong, but overall they look great. Um,
What's your favorite one? Do you
um,
have a favorite elite or a favorite figure?
well, yes, as we were talking before we came on, I still love the Hall of Champions Undertaker. Everything
Yeah,
from
yeah,
everything from
that's
that
right.
era of the Undertaker, the Ministry, the goatee, his face sculpt. I love his arched eyebrows they gave him. It's like he's like looking
Yes.
menacingly. His hair, everything about that head is amazing to the Ministry.
I agree. His hair is really what makes that head like pop for
Yeah.
me.
And what's so good about that is it actually looks like how he did at SummerSlam 99, how he had his hair done. There's nothing bad to say about Hall of Champions Taker, except the picture on the back shows him winning it with Austin instead of winning it with Big Show. That's my
Oh,
like, it's like that's my only gripe. It's like, oh come on, give him the Ministry picture on the back. Uh,
my complaint is the red is too bright because that's not accurate.
yeah, well, I can look past it because it pops.
I agree. It looks good, but it's not accurate, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, and if I had to pick a second favorite elite, I think I would go with the Legends 9 with him, the Phantom Purple, with his the one they just released. They gave him those mystic hands that he could do like the call for the urn. They gave him a different cloak.
I'm gonna have to look this one up.
Yeah, I don't know
You
if
have
you.
it?
Yes, I do.
Did
Um,
you find it in the wild?
yes, yes, I found it at
Oh,
Target.
yes,
Yeah,
yes. You got the
welcome.
two fingers out.
It's so nicely packed in the box. I love how it's displayed with his hands calling, like they both have the mystic hands on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite. It's a figure that every time I found it in the stores, I I had to buy it. It looked so cool. There was definitely no Undertaker left behind.
Do you is that the only time those Mystic Hands have been released?
Um, they released it on that Undertaker and they released it on the Decade of Domination Undertaker.
Okay, because I've seen people do hand swaps with Kane with those Mystic Hands.
That's probably the Decade of Domination Taker because those are black.
I was gonna say they're already black, so I didn't know if they painted them or not.
Yeah, it's a Decade of Domination Taker.
Interesting.
Yeah. I guess they could swap on Kane because they just pop off now.
Yeah, all the hands just come out, right?
Yeah.
Because people have done it for his
Ultimate.
yeah, for him like doing his pyro
Yeah,
taunt
that
before
would
a
work.
match because it's a little more accurate than just the flat hand.
Hmm.
I don't mind the flat hand, but
And I don't know if they released it to anybody else. I'm guessing maybe if they did, it may have been Randy Orton because it looks like his pose.
yeah, that's fair. But the Decade Undertaker's probably where, yeah. Do you have a few of those decade ones?
I have two.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you open one?
No, I did not. Did not.
Do you think that figure will be worth a lot someday?
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. It may be because it's in such a limited series. So any type of these like store exclusives or limited runs,
That's true.
usually they jump in price.
I was just looking at that Undertaker. I like that's a nice Undertaker.
It is a nice one. I don't have no qualms about it. I just wish they probably could have done a better version to release in that set. That's the only thing I would say.
I hear you. I can respect that. I really like the I know you said they don't put the black. One thing I don't like is when I know it's accurate, but when they put his hair in front of his face, I don't know. I don't like that. Like they do that with Bret Hart too. And it just doesn't look good, in my opinion.
That's fair.
Because it's like rubber and it's just, I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like the look. I wish it was longer, but I understand it's shorter because of the mask. But I wish it was like really long, so like how he actually had it. So it's not
How
like,
does the mask stay on his face? Does it go under the hair?
yeah, it goes underneath the hair.
Okay. I mean, I understand why you would do that, but that's almost like a second head thing. You do that with one head and then you give them a second head with like the hair back.
Oh, if they had a second head in the Legends figure, it probably would have been my favorite Elite. If they had like maybe him with his eyes rolled back or something. Oh, that'd been great.
What about those American Badass releases? Like the Big Evil Undertaker's pretty sweet.
Yes, I like those as well.
I remember looking at that one and being like, man, this is actually a pretty nice figure, but
Yeah,
it's also pretty expensive now.
yeah, they did good on the Big Evil. The SummerSlam Elite one is okay. I wish they could have done a better head sculpt, I think, on that one. I think I would have preferred like maybe his hair back, like he's on his motorcycle or something. Because they just use,
Yeah, like a should have done a ponytail or something, shouldn't they?
yeah, ponytail would work better. I know they just used a like a 96 head or like ones they use for like 96, 98 heads and those basics. They just repainted the hair. It's like, oh, this
Yeah,
doesn't
they
fit.
just did a different color for it.
Yeah.
I another gripe, they gave him just the half mask of Kane, which is just ridiculous.
Not only that, they gave him with the hair attached to the mask. It's like
Well,
this is
it's
not
just
accurate.
it's the sculpt. It's the all it is that's the ringside mask.
Yeah, it's so lazy in that one.
Oh, that's all they've done is just re-release that ringside mask.
You hate that ringside mask.
Well, I don't hate it, to be honest. I hate that it's like, oh, here's this really cool ringside exclusive that we're going to re-release 4 more times.
Yeah, why not?
Like literally, we got Elite 31, Elite 63, Elite 47B, that Undertaker. That's 4 right there.
Yeah.
The Decade of Domination, there's 5.
Yep.
5 separate re-releases of that mask.
Yeah.
The removable mask. Like that just takes away from the coolness of the ringside exclusive. Like I'm okay with the Decade of Domination one, but like and I understand why you're doing it for the other elites because he was unmasking for the authority and all that kind of stuff. But I think that they should have given him a proper demon mask sculpt from like the Creative Superstar series, like they did.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny that they give the Creative Superstar series a new mold, but they don't give their Elite line a new mold. That's just weird.
It is weird.
Like your Elite it's not. Their Ultimates is their bread and butter, but you'd think that they try a little harder on the Elites.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get that. And like, to me, if it's like a ringside exclusive, that's what makes it cool. Like that CM Punk figure with the removable mask, that wasn't re-released ever.
Yeah, that's right.
So like, why do we like I said, I can understand really re-releasing it for the Decade of Domination,
Mhm.
but like when it's a ringside exclusive, like leave it as that. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I agree.
Like you got that. Is that a ringside exclusive Undertaker with the drawdown straps now?
Yes, that's coming out in February, I think.
I'm willing to bet you that that's going to be re-released a bunch of times.
Probably. Funny enough, I asked that question to Steve on the wrestling figure forum. Will they be utilizing the pull down straps more often for Undertaker? And he says that they were going to use it sporadically where it fits. So
So yes.
so that's a yes.
So you're gonna, yeah. So I mean, that takes away from that ringside exclusive, in my opinion.
I like the BSK tattoo. They should put that on more often.
Well, they had some ruthless aggressions with his like straps down, and they just had the BSK, right?
Yeah.
I think that'd be a cool variant for the Undertaker. You have one
Yeah.
that's like,
That'd be a great like,
straps up, and then the chase one is the straps down, or vice versa, whatever.
yeah, that'd be a great one to do as a chase.
Like we got some cool ones, like Big Boss Man in the SWAT attire, and then Big Boss Man in the prison or
Yeah.
cop attire. Like that was a chase, right? I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, am I?
No, that's a chase.
Like that's cool. That's a cool chase.
Yeah, it is a cool chase. That's how you utilize the chase.
Like you have the meshed. They paint them anyways. Like that's a lot of. Was it a different mold for Big Boss Man, or they just do
No,
paint?
they just repainted them.
Okay, well that's fine. I'm okay, and they probably put a vest on them, then, eh? Or no?
No.
That's kind of lazy because he had the big SWAT vest, right?
Yeah.
Regardless, it's cool, but you could do
Regardless,
that with Kane, the cutout mesh,
you can do that
inverted
with
attire,
Kane.
and then inverted Kane. Then you get both cutouts. There you go.
We should work for Mattel. Because
Mattel, hire us.
every series has an Undertaker or a Kane figure.
No, I would not. I wouldn't do that to myself because what I would do is I would release a good version of each Kane, and then that'd be it. Like I don't want to. I already have enough. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
We don't need anymore. My God.
I'm sure. I'm sure. And I can attest to that. So I agree. I spoke too soon. Mattel, don't listen to me.
Well, listen to me. Listen to my ideas, Patel. Give us the chase BSK Undertaker straps up, straps down. Don't reuse the rubber straps. Leave it to the ringside. Stop reusing Kane's mask. Give us the other singlet King. Give us a proper meshed out inverted attire, meshed out pre-inverted attire. And then I'll be happy. I'll stop. I'll lay off you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
agree.
I'm not going to see any of this, so I'm going to keep complaining. So
No. I'll probably never see a good Judgment Day 2000 Undertaker, a nice 2006, 2007 Undertaker. They'll just keep.
What's the difference between 06 and 07 that you want?
Oh, I like to have him in his tights with the skulls on the side.
That hasn't been. Did Jax not really? Jax must have released
Jax did that, yeah, but I would like the Mattel version as well, giving that
well, at least you got a release.
World Heavyweight Champion Undertaker in Mattel form. That'd be nice.
I mean, you got a release at least. That's good.
You're so salty about that.
Well, I don't even get a freaking Jax release. Jax didn't even make. Okay, we don't even have a good RA full mask Kane. Like that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And
that is a glaring omission, especially in the classic superstars line.
And even the half mask Kane, which was a good figure, was only released twice.
Yeah.
And that's it. 2 releases. So it's a pretty rare figure. And one of them was like a weird masked set. So like unless you find RA5, like you're not gonna find it.
That's right. The WrestleMania, I think it was like a masked set.
WrestleMania 20, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to find actually. Like it's not a very common figure.
Wow.
In terms of RA, and then they never gave us a good full masked one. And even the Titantron Live, there was
oh my God. Yeah.
Like the inverted attire was pretty good. But all the other Kanes were like you had the Burgundy Kane of Titantron Live Series 1. You had Series 2 that they just inverted everything, including his belt and his glove and his gauntlet.
Yeah.
And then you had the Hunchback Kane from Series 10.
Series 7.
No, that's the inverted attire.
Oh. Oh yeah, you're right.
That's the one that I'm saying is pretty good. But then the
Yeah,
Hunchback,
that's right. That's like the
Series
hunchback
10,
one. I remember. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
he's like a singlet, which is so weird that they made it like that, which it's an okay figure, but it's so hunchbacky.
So hunchback.
Well, it is like the
Yes.
BCA or
If
like the
anybody has the right to be salty, it is you, a Kane collector, because they have really shafted Kane.
I'm
And
glad you're seeing the light.
I do. They have really shafted Kane, as we saw today in Judgment Day, 1998. Kane got shafted again, as did the Undertaker. But yeah, Kane has not had good luck with figures, which is shocking because he's one of the most toyetic people there. I mean, mask, tall guy, this red and black. It is so toyetic.
Oh yeah, and I mean he sells even now he sells well. Like you look at
Sells
anything
well,
that's
and his value maintains, doubles, sometimes even triples in value.
oh yeah, like Elite 12 and Elite the Target Hall of Champions, like those
Yes,
were never they were like double retail and up as soon as they came out. And
that's
now
right.
they're over $100. The Target one's kind of settled down actually, but they both have a little bit, but they were well over $100 figures for quite a while.
Oh yeah, I remember. I remember.
Yeah, I don't know,
But
whatever.
well, I have seen the light. Kane has been shafted so many times in figures, and we can sit here for the longest time,
We
and
always do.
we always do. And I cannot wait to do it again next time with Survivor Series 1998, the Deadly Game Tournament, as the Undertaker and Kane meet once more for a chance at the still vacated WWF Championship.
Wow, that's a while, eh?
I know the championship is vacated for almost 2 months before we get a proper champion at Survivor Series. But that is for next time. And until then, I thank you so much, my brother of destruction, for joining me on this journey. Um, any parting words before we sign off? Any parting words to Mattel or anything else?
Come on, Mattel, fucking make good figures for me. Come on, man.
There you go. I can't think of anything better than come on, Mattel, make some fucking good figures for me.
Let's fucking go.
There you go. There you go. And as we say here, be sure to join us next time. Same Taker and Kane time, same Taker and Kane channel. Keep on rolling, baby. Until next time,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.